Such an amazing shotgun.
Yeah, it hasn't jammed once today.
No, it's incredible.
It's no secret that Joe Rogan is in favor of keeping the status quo when it comes to gun ownership in the US. However, the popular podcast host recently revealed that he doesn't only own guns, but also has a concealed carry permit. So what are his favorite guns? Let's find out. Joe Rogan, the man. Joe Rogan is described on his website as stand-up comic, mixed martial arts fanatic, psychedelic adventurer, host of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. It's the last of these that has really made his name, and for many audiences, made the medium of podcasting too. Rogan's podcast gets an estimated 200 million downloads each month, making him the most popular podcaster in the US. When Spotify signed a US $100 million deal with Rogan in 2020 for the exclusive rights to its podcast, the industry took notice. Before this, podcasts were everywhere and their platform-agnostic status was central to their appeal for creators and audiences. The deal was a gamble, but one based on the numbers. As music journalist Ted Gioia put it in May 2020, Spotify values Rogan more than any musician in the history of the world. The reason? A musician would need to generate 23 billion streams on Spotify to earn what they're paying Joe Rogan for his podcast rights. Spotify can justify the spectacular outlay. There is a ton of advertising dollars to be made in spoken word audio, where podcasting is eating up what was once radio's domain. Spotify's other stellar podcast hosts include Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The question of guns. In the aftermath of the tragic Uvalde, Texas school shooting incident, Joe Rogan chimed in on his thoughts regarding gun control in the country. According to the former Fear Factor host, it is virtually impossible to confiscate every firearm in the country if such a ban on guns is to be imposed. Rogan is of the opinion that the US doesn't necessarily have a gun problem, but a mental health problem. He's maintained that stance since 2013. It's common knowledge that Joe has a concealed carry permit, so he surely has some favorites. Let's now take a peek at his favorite guns. Number 3. TTI JW4 Pit Viper, $7,000. In this next John Wick 4, Keanu Reeves shoots the Terran Tactical Innovations Pit Viper, a $7,000 custom-built Ultimate 2011. Basically, this is a fully custom-built hand-fitted wide-body 1911, also known as a 2011, designed from the ground up by one of the best shooting champions in history to be the ultimate 2-gun, 3-gun pistol. It has proven itself, winning the overall title at the USPSA 2-Gun Nationals this year. This thing is built for speed. The Pit Viper is light and nimble. It's much lighter than it looks. It shoots so flat it feels like shooting .22 LR pistol with high-velocity ammo. This is clearly the combination of the sight block, compensator, slide weight, and spring balance. 2011s are already amazing guns made to push the levels of performance. The Pit Viper takes that up a few notches. The most dramatic feature of this gun is the sight block compensator that has been attached to the barrel. We love compensators on guns. They redirect the gases to reduce recoil and muzzle rise, basically allowing you to shoot faster with more accuracy. This one works extremely well. In addition, this compensator has the front sight attached to it as opposed to being mounted on the slide like on traditional guns. Slide-mounted sights reciprocate with the slide during recoil. There is less movement because the front sight is locked to the barrel, so it is easier to track the fiber optic dot, which is also a uniquely Terran design. The combination of a sight block compensator is also fantastic. The other major improvements in this gun are the internal parts. It uses an extreme engineering light-speed fire control system, which is comprised of a light-speed hammer, ultra-low-mass sear, match disconnector, and titanium hammer strut. Terran chose these because they are the parts he used in all his personal competition guns when he was winning every action shooting competition out there. He wanted to spare no expense on the Pit Viper. Yes, the trigger is light when shooting it, but it's not only about having just a light trigger. It's the combination of trigger feel, trigger reset, and reliability that is important. It has been perfect in our opinion. Another unique feature on this double-stack 2011 is the grip safety. We've never seen a smaller one. Terran intentionally ground down the memory groove hump because he never liked how it felt in his hand. When in our hands it is more comfortable, however, it leaves very little movement to deactivate the grip safety. We think it really says something about the engineering of the safety that the slightest touch deactivates the safety for firing. It is executed very well. Now, our favorite unique feature has got to be the bladed standoff fangs on this gun. When the gun runs dry and locks back on an empty mag, the front of the frame reveals fang-like features that can be used as an impact weapon. Believe us, they really are sharp. And undoubtedly, this turned out to be Joe Rogan's most favorite gun ever once he got a chance to get his hands on it. He seemed rather shocked by its almost non-existent recoil. Let's take a look.
What do we got, Tatiana?
Something special.
Man, that feels good.
That mag's loaded.
Wow.
Just shoot whatever you want, have some fun. Oh no, you think the recoil difference is.
That is the smoothest gun of all time.
You like it?
That's the smoothest gun of all time.
You know what Kiana said?
What?
She's like, whoa, it's cheetah. I'm like, why? Because you did that.
It's not even close. Look at that. Look at the results. It's not even close. Look at the groups. They're like on top.
You have ever shot.
It doesn't move.
I know.
Like it literally doesn't move. There's no recoil. It's totally
what
dead in your
Kiana
hand.
said? Cheating. It's like doesn't move. It's so slight.
That's
it's so awesome.
100% the smoothest gun I've ever shot. Yeah. By far. Top of each other.
You like it?
Yeah.
Number 2. Genesis Arms Gen 12 SBM, $3,000. The Genesis Arms Gen 12 SBM is a suppressed short-barrel semi-auto shotgun that the manufacturer claims is the fastest cycling shotgun out there. But this one might be faster. That's because this is a Terran Tactical Innovations modified AR-style shotgun with performance parts. In Wick's hands, this is a sweet 12 gauge. Now we don't want to say we told you so, but we did call out the Benelli shotguns in the 3rd chapter, along with some other weapons choices. We felt a mag-fed shotgun made a damn sight more sense than quad-loading a Benelli M23 gun, which was cool and yet contrived. A 9mm rifle against body armor 2 seemed like the dumbest choice in the armory, and Wick doesn't do dumb choices, except for maybe blowing Santino D'Antonio's brains out on company grounds. That was a questionable judgment call. The semi-auto Genesis is exactly the kind of shotgun we think the gun-fu action hero would carry. It's high-tech, reloads in a second, and is absolutely devastating. Big, bold, robust, that kind of stuff. The Genesis is expensive, and you can get a very similar effect with a Kalashnikov Comrade, and you'll find that on our list of semi-auto tactical shotguns. Genesis Arms created the 12-gauge conversion for the AR-10 platform. Swap the upper, beef up your mag catch, bolt catch, reverse compatible with regular AR-10s, and grab a Gen 12 mag and your long-range AR-10 just became a versatile short-range blaster. The platform is a work of genius and adds serious versatility to any DPMS pattern AR-10 lower. The Genesis Arms Gen 12 was conceived originally as a breaching option for military and law enforcement use as a quick conversion that retains the familiar ergonomics and manual of arms of the AR. With its massive load capacity, the 12-gauge round is easily one of the most versatile cartridges commonly available. But as you can imagine, a reciprocating barrel means that the Gen 12 could show sensitivity to muzzle devices, something breachers, suppressor owners, and casual shooters increasingly want. Genesis Arms developed a solution to this they call the SBM. The SBM is a special mount that attaches to the handguard. We've seen 1,000 rounds go through a full auto-suppressed 7-inch version of the Gen 12 without issue. Another challenge is that there is no mil-spec standard for AR-10 lowers. Genesis Arms opted to build off the DPMS pattern as they are commercially the most popular. But without any true standard, not every receiver's mag catch is in the exact same place relative to top of the lower receiver. Unfortunately, that means not all lowers function perfectly with a Genesis Arms Gen 12 upper, despite the pins lining up. To remedy this, Genesis has been compiling a list of known go and no-go lower receivers, and also offers their own, which, of course, easily works with your 308 upper. Cost is the last drawback, but it's also the nature of innovative products. Creating unique bolts, carriers, and other parts doesn't come cheap. Complete firearms range from $2,449.99 to $2,859.99. Uppers range from $1,699.99 to $2,089.99. And not even Joe Rogan can resist this beast.
For John Wick 4, we wanted to figure out the most raging shotgun human could possibly. They're 10-round mags. They got extended ones coming out. I'm gonna run it real quick. This is it. There's nothing like it. It just feeds everything. It's crazy. Go ahead and try it. Just shoot any white target you want.
Such an amazing shotgun.
Yeah, it hasn't jammed once today.
No, it's incredible.
Number 1. STI 2011 Combat Master, $4,800. Who doesn't love an armory scene? In the third John Wick film, we see Wick and company arming up, and the handgun of choice being a 9mm STI 2011 with the Combat Master package from Terran Tactical. This decked-out, highly customized gun is mostly seen in the hands of competitors, but STI, now named Staccato, has plenty of their guns approved for duty use. John Wick wields this heavily customized and extremely expensive pistol with ease and takes down tons of bad guys with it by his side. That and about half a dozen 23-round mags. This big weapon is extremely accurate and a real soft shooter, albeit it's a gun heavy enough to be a club if necessary, and undoubtedly it has landed on Joe Rogan's favorite list.
Nobody knows he won the 2-gun nationals with the gun from John Wick 4. Only difference is it's silver and I put an optic to kind of hide it in the sky. You like it?
Oh yeah. How could you not? A big round of applause. The
gun's already a championship reigning title gun as the movie comes out. Something special, you know, the movie's being made, nobody knows about the gun. So I had this gun put into the 2-gun nationals.
That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.